Headmaster Dr. McEwen, Deputy Headmaster Mr. Davies, members of staff, invited guests and students. Thank you for the privilege of speaking with you this afternoon. It is an opportunity that I'm truly grateful for. My name is Billy Blackett, and today's assembly is the final chance for a Year 12 student to address the college in 2019. For this speech, I thought long and hard about what I wanted to present to you. I wanted to create a speech that was not just memorable, but a speech that could relay a message that encompassed all of the powerful speeches delivered this year by my fellow Year 12 peers. These speeches include Alex Hogan-Jones's profound acknowledgement that the virtues that you put into practice in daily life will be with you forever. Morgan's heartfelt speech about the importance of overcoming adversity through mateship and unity, and Tom O'Reese's marathon around the stage that enlightened us about the influence of exercising integrity, just to name a few. Each speech was uniquely bonded to the individuality of the presenter, so trying to find a common thread linking every address delivered this year appeared at first to be quite challenging. However, when I started to delve below the surface, understanding the sheer amount of effort that goes into the creation and delivery of a speech, I discovered the common denominator, which is the theme of stepping outside of your comfort zone. Each time a Hutchins student comes up onto the stage to deliver a speech, they've taken a risk and moved beyond their field of comfort. Trembling legs, cracking voices, sweaty palms, and other physical symptoms, not to mention the mental ones. These are just some of the indicators that life gives you to let you know that you have departed from the space at which you feel most at ease. These are symptoms I felt when I first came to the school just last year, not knowing a single person or recognising a single face. And it's the symptoms I'm feeling right now up on this stage. It's okay to be in a space of comfort, of course. It's where most of us spend most of our time. But when we're at complete ease, we are not growing. You may not see these symptoms from your seats in the audience, but I'm sure the large majority of you know how it feels to be uncomfortable, to be outside of that area in your life of comfort. However, after making the conscious decision to move forward, shaking off the nerves and both committing to and completing their speeches, each individual has expanded their personal parameters. Success is a commitment to completion, and every time you challenge that feeling of comfort, you grow and become a better person for the experience. This is both the essence and the building blocks of a fulfilled and meaningful life. As often said in many different fields, no pain, no gain. Translated into the context of my speech, no pain, no gain means that if you don't push your own personal boundaries, you cannot expect to grow. Indeed, what I've learned from both watching and listening to each speech this year is that stepping out of your comfort zone is about more than just pocketing another new experience. It's about giving yourself the opportunity to develop, the opportunity to become a better person. Behind me sits a number of people who embody this ideal. These people got to where they are today by stepping up against adversity as individuals, even when those around them didn't necessarily support their endeavours. Ollie BC behind me here made mention of this reality earlier in the year. The point that people are unique and their actions should reflect this individual uniqueness. Not only do I agree with BC, but I believe that this is an essential part of our growth as individuals, that we go beyond the parameters of what we think we are capable of and make the most of our individuality and talents, even when sometimes you must follow this path alone, which leads me to my next point. A reality of life is that some of your personal journey will be made with just you alone. You cannot expect that at all times you'll have the undying support of others when you make the most of your potential. In fact, human nature being what it is, there is a tendency for people to want to put others back into their place. In Australia, this human habit is even given a name, tall poppy syndrome. Whether that takes the form of demeaning a mate or ripping into your team, everyone has a moment in their lives where they find themselves either belittling someone or being belittled themselves. This cutting down of the so-called tall poppy so as to level out the playing field is the reason why people like Greta Thunberg are ridiculed in parts of the media for her action for climate change. Top sportsmen, top advocates, politicians and identities are often targets of an army of armchair critics who appear to take comfort from the failure of those who try to better themselves. At the end of the day, it is easier to criticise than to actually try yourself. Never fall into this trap. However, no matter who you are or what you hope to accomplish in the future, there is one common denominator. That one challenge that we must all face if we are to extract the most out of this life. Members of the audience, stepping outside of your comfort zone. It not only builds you, but it demonstrates to those around you that you aren't going to give up and that you will reach your goal no matter what obstacles are thrown at you. This resilience, this drive and this confidence is why people like Greta continue to change the world and why every young person in this room can go above and beyond their comfort zone to achieve their goals. Headmaster Dr. McEwen, Deputy Headmaster Mr. Davies, members of staff, invited guests and students. I leave you all today with one summarising thought, a concept devised by former President of Columbia University, Nicholas Butler, that has changed the way that I view the world. Listen well. There are three kinds of people on this planet: those who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what happened. Make things happen, get out of your comfort zone, and watch your aspirations come alive. Thank you.